Welcome back to CEO SAHM TV. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And as you may or may not be aware, but this is a channel for conscious moms to become powerful, successful, and wealth conscious. Yes, we're getting in all areas. Started in 2012 and we were just expanding. So today I want to talk about the fact that it is my son's 9th birthday. What does that mean for me? It means that I have been a stay-at-home mom to my sons since 2010, and it actually started with a stepson from my marriage, and he was 7 going on 8 when I came into his life and I became a full-time stay-at-home mom. So although I do have businesses and a company and I do other things, what that means to be a stay-at-home mom in terms of me is that when my kids wake up, mom's there. My kids go to school, mom's there. I do homeschool my kids after school until the end of this year, and it'll be full-time homeschooling. And when my kids after school, mom's there. Now they do go to their dad's a couple times a week, but I am there. My life revolves around them intentionally. So that word stay-at-home mom always kind of tripped me up because I do other things now, but nevertheless, it will always be so. I'll always be a CEO SAHM. It's a big difference, because although I do a lot of stuff, I travel, I enjoy my life, I have private time, I do so much. But when my kids are with me and I have my kids, it revolves around them in a sense. So, more videos, I will talk about how I do it all, how I do so much, and a good thing, not oh, I'm so busy. No, I'm very productive and I love my life. I have a lot of me time, and I can share with you guys in a later video how I'm able to do that and make them my center focus. I mean, like everywhere we go, they're just there with me. So, 10 years. Wow. It kind of feels like yesterday, but not really, because the years add up. I do recollect the years, and I am not married. I'm a single CEO SAHM, so it is just me and my sons. What is it like? I love it. I love it. I mean, I've had the choice to not be a stay-at-home mom. I've had the choice to go into the traditional workforce. I've had the choice to put my kids in different things and not really be with them. I mean, I have a lot of choices. And even in hard times and in really good times, I've always chosen to be CEO SAHM. I mean, this is not just a channel you're watching. Let's take it back to, I don't know if you guys can see this, twist my arm, but it says, I am CEO SAHM. So this is serious business, this movement. It's more than just, being a homemaker. It's about the children. It's about me as a woman, because truth be told, what my kids need and what I need, or what you need and what your kids need, is the same thing. We all need alignment with ourselves. We all need awareness of consciousness of being. And we all, in this world that we're subscribed to, wealth consciousness, to be financially prosperous and intelligent. And financial intelligence does start when the kids are younger. So all to say that this movement is about putting the power in your hands and your mind so that you can intrinsically rise, mom, so that you can be the woman you need to be. And it started with me, to come back to why I'm even talking about this, is that so we could be what we need to be for our kids. So it just, I always have to stop tears, because this is not just, it's being a CEO SAHM is not like some cute phrase. It's so much more than that. And what it has given me, what it has enabled me to do, I never apologize for my tears if I get choked up. What it has enabled me to do for my kids. So over the past 10 years, I've evolved so much as a woman, and especially when it comes to my kids. I mean, every single day, I'm faced with so many decisions to master myself because of my children. To put them first, to educate myself, to read books, to understand who they are, what their minds are, and to be so, aware when it comes to that. And my relationship with my kids is my relationship with myself. It all goes full circle. So the growth, I'm a personal development consciousness junkie, I'm a life coach, and like what it has enabled me to do, because it started with them, because how it went is I was on my way, I was in college, but I had my eyes set on law school. It was either to be in the military. I chose not to go in the military, even though I enlisted when I was 18, got out of that contract, and then I went to Orlando to paralegal studies, my associate's degree, and I was actually studying at a law school, at an actual law school, because our program enabled us to go to a law school program. And I was there in the law library, and morning sickness, I said motion sickness. I had a lot of morning sickness. I was just puking. I was married and pregnant with my first son. And I remember telling my professor, because I had tried to go to class and it just was tough. So I told my professor right then, I said, I'm gonna have to withdraw, I can't do this. But in me has always been an ambitious, just advocate. It's just always been innate in me. I like the military, I like toughness, and there was all these aspects. I was never this being to settle. Oh, no. Nothing about me wants to settle. But I did make the decision to be a stay-at-home mom. I had that conscious conversation with my husband at the time when we were pregnant. I mean, it was a decision that he was the breadwinner and I would be a stay-at-home mom. But in me was this drive, and I knew I wanted to go back to school, and I knew I wanted to expand. But I gave up all of that. I cut my dreams short for my children, all three of them, and the husband, and the new dynamic I was in. Well, 2 years into it, my body and my mind let me know real fast, something's got to give. I suffer from anxiety, depression. It was so bad, and I couldn't understand, because I chose this life. I actively, not to sound like Elizabeth Gilbert in the movie Eat, Pray, Love, but I mean, it was like that. My marriage didn't happen on accident. My children weren't born on accident. I chose all of that. Happily, I wanted it. So I was like, I don't understand why I am, and I was into personal development. So I wasn't somebody new to personal development. I had immersed myself in it for 2 years, which aided me in what I'm gonna tell you about to happen. I'm going to tell you about to happen. I still messed up with that. But, so personal development wasn't new to me. Neither was, the life that I had. I wasn't one of those people who woke up one day and was like, I can't do this anymore, in the sense that, like, I don't know how I got here. No, I actively created my life, so I couldn't understand why my husband was happy. I couldn't understand why, why all around me were stay-at-home moms, anxiety, depressed, drugs, prescriptions, lost, broke, poverty conscious, despite living in a really nice neighborhood with wealth conscious people. And I just began to really it didn't make sense. And thank God I was young enough in the community, because I was like, this is not right. How come nobody has an answer? How come nobody has a cure? How come everybody's throwing pity parties and woe is me parties? We have children to raise. We have a house. I was fully aware that a lot depended on me. He may have been the breadwinner, but I had love in me that everyone depended on in that house. I had a lot of power, and so do many women. So I was like, why is the most powerful woman in the household the real CEO, despite a CFO? Why are we suffering? Why are we down and out? Because when we're out for the count, so is the rest of the house. Like, a mother needs to be strong and in the right mind to do the job, the duty it takes to love herself, to love her kids, to run the household. That's not a joke. That's not just a cute, oh, I'm a boss mom. No, you have to be a boss to be a mom, or else you're gonna get run all over. It's not gonna be the experience that we all envision it being when we were pregnant, So I saw that real quick, and after 2 years of anxiety, depression, I was having these thoughts that were really dangerous. I had sought counsel, and just nothing, no answers, nowhere to be found. And it hit rock bottom so hard that I made a choice. And it's probably, in retrospect, my mind saving me, because it was at a point where, these faculties are meant to keep us alive. So it was like, I had to flip this. Something had to happen on a subconscious level, or else I probably wouldn't be here today. And I asked myself, what do I want? and it was to be a powerful, successful, and wealth-conscious stay-at-home mom. I didn't want to leave being a stay-at-home mom. I didn't want to, I need to go in the workforce and I need to go find myself. Yes, I wanted to be productive, and yes, I wanted more about me, because at that point I had already started a couple businesses, but it wasn't about that. It was just wanting everything that I want and still be able to be there for my kids and still be able to be there for my husband. You know, I tried, but we're not married anymore, and still be able, I wanted both the best worlds because I knew I could have it. I knew I could have it, and that's when the CEO SAHM movement was born. It happened so fast, but aside from the words of it, what happened within me is I became conscious. I became aware of, oh my God, I have a choice. Not because of logic, but I felt it. My emotions aligned with my conscious mind, aligned with my brain. Boom, boom, boom. It clicked. It clicked within me. All cylinders were firing, and I was like, oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me? You know, and I say brain because I spent 2 years immersed in personal development. So it all clicked between what I knew. The only thing is I was unaware that I had a choice. You see, when I sought help from other people, they always told me, you know, it was like these motivational things, like, you know, you'll be okay, like my mom and other moms, and just these things people say to comfort you in the moment, but no real cure, no real solution, other than either more money throwing at the problem, therapist, wine drinking or whining. There was all these just external low vibrational uselessness. So I was able to within figure out, oh my gosh, you know, we have a choice. And I wish somebody would have told me that. I wish another mom would have looked me in the face and said, oh my gosh, you have a choice if you just consciously align with your brain, and like the way that I'm planning on bringing forth the truth on who we really are and what we're able to do, but particularly, excuse me, I have something on my face, but particularly as a mother. So I learned that in my second year of being a mom, and the rest, I wish I can say was easier. Now I had to deal with my life as a woman, my life as a wife, no longer a wife, that situation. But when it comes to me and my kids, so yes, there were times where I was stressed in the process of, you know, going through divorce and things, and my kids were young enough to where, you know, the love was there to where we didn't have duality. So I wasn't dealing with a teenager other than my stepson, but we were able to keep a beautiful relationship, but I was still aware. So I was growing as a mother, my relationship with my sons. I was able to use the CEO SAHM principles, which the CEO stands for Conscious Executive Order. It's not just, again, I'm a boss mom. No, it's your ability to control your mind on command and at will. It's your most powerful, you know, aspect that you have, aside from alignment with who you really are. And we'll get to that in another video. But my ability to choose. So in my journey as a mother, you know, in addition to the personal development, I had read books about children. I've always wanted to know how to properly treat a child, how to properly have a relationship, how to be one-on-one with them. You know, there's all these aspects of what a child really is that enabled me to learn how best to interact with my child and how best. So it's taken me 10 years to really almost master. I mean, that's a strong word, master, but I have a really great handle on, you know, on what I'm doing when I communicate with my kids. If I say something, I know why I'm saying it. What that looks like if my kids are, okay, I'll give you a real example. So if I'm laying down and my kids are fighting in the next room, I don't like low vibrational behavior. I don't on a subconscious level, so it triggers me, you know, from the past. And if my kids are arguing and I get up in a certain emotion that's a low vibrational one, frustration, I now know before I even get to that door to stop myself, not because I understand what I'm really doing. I'm in a low vibration, and I'm not understanding what my kids what's going on with them. So on the outside, it seems like stop arguing, stop fighting, but it enables me to stop to completely alter the circumstance, because I understand what's going on with my sons. I actually don't know. I actually need to connect with them first, hear them out, help them figure it out, so it stops becoming about me and becomes about my children. So again, there are times where I have yelled, there are times where I use my military voice and do it, hey, but more and more and more I am converting completely to conscious parenting, and it's going great. It's enabling me to have a great relationship with my kids. What also too is I used to take a lot of caffeine, and since then I have kept it to a really healthy dose of caffeine. But what I noticed is that when I was on caffeine, I would be short-tempered quickly, because I just want to deal with it. So it just enabled me. So things that are not serving me in my relationship with my sons, because I am conscious, those things have to go. There's so much to it, and those are just kind of random examples. But the conscious life and being a conscious stay-at-home mom, a conscious mom, full-time mom, no matter what the thing you want to put before mom, if you have children, keeping it conscious with them is extremely important. To the point where I'm careful what I put in their brain. I'm careful of how I say things. For example, if my kids say, Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have this? I say, of course you can have it. Or, oh, Mom, can I take a break? Well, yeah, you can take a break, but because we say things to our kids, no, you can't have that. Well, that's actually not even true. Your child doesn't need your permission to do anything. They could attempt it or try it, but because we've gotten in this parenting role, I try to keep it conscious with my kids so they understand that although I'm the one to be respected, well, just so your brain understands, you can. You can. You don't need my permission to eat. What that does is help them understand when they get older and somebody says, no, you can't do that. No, that's not how it works around here. My sons understand, okay, it's just a word. It's just a word, and, that they can still break barriers, that they can still achieve the impossible, because a human's words are just another human's words. You're still limitless no matter what anybody says, because that's just who you are. So I'm conscious of those things with my kids, and there's just one of many examples in which I work with them. And working with them is working with me. So it's enabled me to grow exponentially. It's enabled me to thrive in my business, because when you can explain something to a child, when you can humble yourself. For example, we're at Chipotle today. I try, especially this year, I try not to talk over my kids. I hate that. I hate that where you're talking down to them. It gives parents such a authoritative thing, and there's a time and place for that. So I'm really trying to master going down to their level and speaking to them, especially when it's something I want to deliver that I normally would say in an authoritative tone. I go down. Or when I'm loving on them at Chipotle, to let my son know I love you, instead of looking at the line and being like, I bent down and I grabbed his face and I was just loving on him, and I was like rubbing his face while he was talking to me, and I was connecting with him. We had lots of hugs. I think we hugged like 100 times today. We're just connecting with them. Now, if there are times where I'm really trying to focus, so if I'm in my home office and my sons come up to me telling me, a million things that kids have to tell you, and I really want to focus, like I'm in a flow. Sometimes I'll even say, buddy, Mom's working right now. I'm going to create a flow. I will get to that in a second, or please respect that. And it'll come off like that, but my sons understand, nothing against you, but I'm in a flow right now. And when they're playing their game, they understand. So I just keep it conscious with them, and I'm learning a lot. And it's a whole new world. You learn how to interact with other people. Again, like I was saying, because of how I treat them, because of my relationship with them, because of my love for them and with them, I'm able to love myself. Because let me tell you, one of the biggest things is love. And I still not struggle with this, but this is still an area where I'm trying to master, and I can get caught up. So if I wake up some mornings and I don't feel like being, it's just me and my sons. I kind of in my head, and I don't really feel like connecting. It sounds so bad, but I'm just like, it's not that I don't love them. They know that. But I can love them logically, like they know I love them. But some days I'm really expressive, like super expressive with my kids. And some days I don't feel like doing that in that moment. I maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed or whatever. But it is those times that I have to remember, no. Don't do that, because that is nothing more, speaking of myself, than an inability for me to get out of here and get here and connect with my kids. And it hurts me. It hurts me because I know that I should be connecting with them on that level. I know that I should be able to, if I wanted to get out of here and get into here and connect with them no matter what's going on in my life. And the times when I can't, the times when I know I should and I don't, that lets me know I haven't mastered myself. That lets me know I've got work to do, because when I'm interacting with my sons, that's times with my sons. And it's not a matter of giving them all the attention and totally being on them. But if you gotta be an asshole to your kids, okay, because you can't connect with yourself, that's a problem. We see that in a lot of relationships. And when it comes to me and my sons, aside from my relationship with my highest self, my relationship with my sons is so important. I want, another reason why, not only because that's my duty, that's my job, and that's what I signed up for when I gave birth to them, but also that's why it's called guardians. The terminology for being a parent is actually their guardian, parent or guardian. You look after them. You let them know how it goes in this world. You teach them who they really are. But aside from that, is when they get older. Do you know how many parents, and it motivates me also, is that when our kids get older, we want a relationship then. Well, you didn't sow one. So what if you're called a mom? So what if you sacrifice to stay at home? They don't care. Like, on a heart-to-heart level, if you haven't cultivated that when they were younger, yeah, they're gonna love you from here. Like, I biologically love you, and it's different when you say I love you versus you feel I love you. And me and my sons, I always want us to have that feeling. It doesn't even have to be said. It is such a heart-to-heart feeling because we built that. Because I built that with them. They're naturally going to be who they are, but I cultivated that. So a lot of love, and that enables me to stay in the right vibrations myself. That enables me to stay in higher vibrations versus parenting in lower vibrations. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I love you. All these things that parents do because they're unable to tap into love of themselves. So it goes both ways. It's a very mutual thing. It goes both ways. The past 10 years has enabled me to go within and must do the inner work so that I can even show up for them. Showing up for them and showing up for my businesses, and showing up for my businesses, creates a trickle effect and financial prosperity and wealth conscious, and the whole world goes round over here. So just to thank you for allowing me to share that. But yeah, just for the past 10 years, it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful one. They have done nothing but love me. They have done nothing but, of course they're kids, but the things that they say about me, to me, just always bring a smile to my face. Like, we were walking up the stairs and they're like, Mom, thank you so much for taking care of us. Thank you so much for loving us. You're the greatest mom ever. I love you so much. My son's doing his spelling words, and actually 2 days ago, his spelling word was, it chokes me up. His spelling words were beautifully. And he couldn't think of a word for beautifully, and I was like, well, I told him to think of something that just pops in his head. He goes, oh, I know, my mom thinks beautifully. And I was like, we did a little dab, okay? Like, my son expresses those things to me. I gotta be teary-eyed, and that's just the relationship that we have. We built that, and it's just amazing. So they're my best friends. This year we're starting a business together, an Amazon business together. We're learning that right now. So it's amazing, and I not only want this for us, because we're gonna have it regardless, but in everything that I do, it is for other people. The CEO SAHM movement, CEO SAHM TV, is about other people, and it always chokes me up because what I have in store for the world of stay-at-home moms is so exciting. It's not just this channel, you guys. This movement is about us. It is about us aligning within ourselves. It's about us becoming wealthy, intrinsically, consciously, and financially wealthy. It's about us becoming powerful and successful within ourselves, and understand that we have a choice so that we can, continue to evolve, that we can have that relationship with our kids. And especially if you apply all of this to your relationship with your partner, boyfriend, or husband, oh my gosh, the home effect is just compounded, because it's not just, in my case, just me and my sons, but when it's a man and a woman and children, it's speechless. There's no words to describe the power of what happens when you have a conscious home, when you have a woman that knows who she is, that has self-love, self-worth, and is wealth conscious. Ladies, we are gonna get it. So this year, I relaunched everything. I started this channel in 2012, but life happened and I took off all those old videos, and I'm back at it. I'm committed. So you can expect a broadcast every single day. Every single day you can expect a broadcast. I will always leave my email in the description box. You can contact me, as well as the website if you want to join the movement, stay connected. Just to let you guys know also, so on meetup.com, it doesn't matter where you are, you can, we have a Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a Conscious Mom support group. So right now it's pretty small, so we're all able to intimately gather, and soon we'll be doing meetups in cities all across the nation. That's the dream, and I'm committed to making it happen. But if you are a mom that wants support and you want to, not a Facebook group, that's not happening right now, even though we are on Facebook. But point being, if you're interested in a support group where you can talk openly with moms, and we have a topic and we have some questions on that one topic, we keep it simple and we just evolve and grow together. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Meetup, and you can email me and I'll send you the link. You can check it, RSVP. And we'll see you guys on that opportunity. But yeah, just to recap, 10 years, it's been absolutely amazing, and I look forward to the next 10, 30, 40 years and growing with you. Don't forget, please embrace your executive power within. Bye, you guys.